On the channel, we take it back to the 90s when VH tapes were all the rage, as we've got Jubilee for the Marvel Legends Hasbro Pulse Disney Store exclusive.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And today it's the first foray into the VHS series of the Marvel X-Men animated series classic figures. And the first one through the door, Jubilee. And I had to pick this one up at the Disney Store online. But for all your Marvel Legends needs, besides these exclusive ones, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. So Disney Store online, or in a store I guess, and then Hasbro Pulse seems to be the only place to get these as of right now. We'll see what the future holds, but if you want to discuss these figures, go to the MLC Facebook group, tell them Kyle sent you, and check that one out. But Disney Store, Hasbro Pulse, I don't care, whatever it is, I love the X-Men animated series, and I knew I would be buying these right off the bat. That being said, a way to get the most out of your molds, the most money out of your molds, we talk about it all the time on the channel. That's what the Hasbro team's doing here, is this is basically a re-release of the Jubilee figure with a little animated cell shading. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to see where it goes from there. But of course, we got to compare it to the prior version of Jubilee. And I get why they're doing this, because a lot of people like me love the X-Men animated series, but a lot of these characters people have been dying for, wanting re-releases of. This is another way to go to the market. Like I said earlier, get the most out of your molds. So it's an opportunity for people to complete and collect an X-Men animated series collection. Now, a lot of people, if you're like me of my age bracket, the 80s were a weird time. You talk to kids that grew up in the 70s and 60s, DC, Marvel, they were pretty neck and neck, but it seemed like in the 80s with the Batman movies, of course, Kenner's superpower toys, the Super Friends, things like that, DC was the premier superheroes, for at least in my generation as a kid, from when I was, let's call it from like 2 to 9 years old or something. Usually it was DC talk, but then things changed in the early 90s. A lot of great X-Men toys, Marvel superhero toys, things like that, on the back of the Spider-Man animated series, the X-Men animated series, and I really do think that is what helped rise Marvel to where they are right now, is my generation, your generation out there, enjoying the X-Men animated series, getting into the X-Men lore, going back, buying the figures, buying the comic books, and now we see where we are after all these years. So interesting times, and of course this packaging brings back so many memories for me. Obviously, VHS tapes were the thing back then. Having X-Men on VHS tapes. I remember getting the VHS tapes from, I believe it was Pizza Hut way back in the day. I think maybe you had to read books or you got a pan pizza, whatever, but you got a VHS tape of the X-Men animated series. I always thought that was such a cool feature, and they need to bring that stuff back. Let's get those book clubs going again. Let's get those free pizzas. Oh yeah, the free pizza. Back when Pizza Hut was just delicious. What has happened? But we're going to take a look at the packaging, and that's where we're going to start. It's funny, you pick this up, you expect a VHS tape, which VHS tapes aren't heavy, but they have a little weight. This is extremely light. Extremely light. And there's a lot of hubbub going on social media right now about the plastic-free packaging. Well, here you go, plastic-free packaging. They even have like environmental sticker, plastic-free design, plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. So it's really funny how people are screaming and yelling about the plastic-free packaging, but nobody said a word about this. And I think this is one of those ways where you can do plastic-free packaging and really get the collectors involved and really wanting this. Is I think a lot of people are going to save the packaging, myself included. I usually don't save the packaging. They're going to keep it because of how cool this looks with the VHS. I'm going to put it up on my mantle, bookshelf, whatever, sideways. You get all the collection, you put them all out. Pretty cool way to display things, a nice background for your shelf as well. But very VHS style animation, or not animation, but packaging design. It just feels like a VHS tape, just not with the weight of a VHS tape. But you got the X-Men logo, that classic 90s Jim Lee X-Men logo. You got Jubilee in the corner with Marvel Comics. Big design of Jubilee right there, old Jubilation Lee. And then you got her name, 4 and up, it says right there, warnings, plastic-free packaging, Hasbro, all that stuff. Top there, X-Men Jubilee, looks like the side of VHS cover, even with that little flap down on the bottom we all remember. Same thing over there. I love the MVL Marvel Legends, very cool. And then the back, we got the blurb, you got the warnings, UPCs, no cross-sell on that, fan channel exclusive, I guess. And then glamour shot there of the figure. Let's see on the back what it says about old Jubilee. What's she up to? Jubilation Lee, there you go. Jubilation Lee is the newest member of the X-Men, able to project plasma fireworks from her hands with explosive results. So true. All right, we're going to cut the bottom here. I'm going to go in through the bottom on this one. And like I said, I'm going to cut it nice because I want to keep the packaging. I want to keep it forever. I'm going to hand it down to my kids. So this is always interesting. I feel like I'm doing a Fortnite unboxing now is what this kind of feels like. If I can get everything out. Is that it? You can see there's those kind of pathways in there. So I'm going to fold this back up. And you're off to the races. Good as new right there like that. Bam, off to the side. Now, I mentioned Fortnite. If you guys have unboxed any Hasbro Fortnite figures, and I know that's not for everybody, this is exactly how they come. Kind of this paper packaging, almost like parchment paper is what they wrap the figures in. And then the accessories wrapped in something very similar as well. You just unwrap it. It's got a twist tie to it. You unwrap it, and you just pour everything out. Maybe. Or you can just rip it and just go the easy way. That's what I'm going to do right now. Rip that out. Bam. Off to the races. See you later. Goodbye. There it goes. And then you got Jubilee wrapped up in the same kind of thing. I'll rip that out. Interesting. We got some cardboard to keep the legs kind of together. So that is interesting as well. See you later. And see you later. There it goes. All right, let's get down to it. And it's been so long since I've seen the Hasbro live stream of these. It's kind of going in with fresh eyes. I don't remember the accessories. I don't remember what's coming with this one. Very interesting. All right, we get an extra head. So we get 2 effect pieces for her hands. Would have been nice to have some kind of fireworks stuff, kind of like Gambit with his cards. We've had like kind of the stream going out. Would be nice to get something like that, but at least we get some effects for her hands. Throwing a little fireworks up. You got 2 nice pink ones here. We've seen these before. There's nothing new, but it does go along fine with Jubilee right there. Then you get 2 sets of sunglasses here, and that's interesting. I guess I didn't remember that being the case, and you get different cell shading. These are a little bit more clear. These are a little bit more pink and frosted over. You both have the lines down the middle, both have the blue rim at the top. I guess, once again, choose your own adventure. What sunglasses do you like on your Jubilee? You can figure that out yourself. Then you get down to the actual Jubilee figure. Now, she doesn't have sunglasses. One already has sunglasses going on up in here, sculpted in. On this head, I don't know if I like that one, but you're definitely not going to use sunglasses with this because they're already on there, unless she's going to be a double-up sunglass club. But it definitely looks like Jubilee. I think if you gave me this head sculpt just like this, I would, and I didn't know what I was unboxing or whatever, say, hey, who is this? I'm pretty sure I could tell you, hey, that's Jubilee from the X-Men. Definitely looks like her, the black hair, all over the place. Good little lipstick to her. No scuffs, no paint splatter or anything like that. Same sunglasses, yep, same sunglasses with the blue at the top, everything. Kind of a messy, shorter black hairdo on her. A good-looking head right there. Then you get down to this Jubilee figure. So we get some differences here. So let's see, I'm looking for the cell shading, and I guess you do see it right up the arm on the side. Kind of get it's a yellow base with like a more of a mustard for the shading. You got that on the side here. It almost looks like she spilled something, like on her forearm gauntlets here. I mean, in some areas it looks good. I get what they're going for. In others, it almost looks like I said, they spilled something on her. I don't know. No extra hands with this Jubilee either. Straight up re-release it seems to be. And I guess now's a better time when I pull out the old Jubilee figure. So I see a lot of similarities, and I see a lot of differences. So you get the same head sculpt going on here. Now, this one I've displayed with the bubblegum head. Now, we don't have that here, so that is good. So I can make a point of difference, and that's what I always say. When you get figures that are very similar, your Wolverines, things like that, how do you make them different? To me, use a different head, use different hands, different accessories. Really smoke and mirrors, make it feel as different as possible, and that's what I'm going to have to do with this Jubilee as well. But these are very different while at the same time being very much the same thing. This is definitely a repaint. You got the same head going on. Different heads here. I think we got one of the plain heads with the original one here. I just chose the bubblegum head. But you get the blue gloves, blue forearm guards, as you can see on here, where you're all yellow on this one. You get a pink shirt on this one where it's more of an orangish red on here. You get the really darker blue, I guess more vibrant blue on the old one. You get more of a docile blue on this one. So you get some different color changes. Jeans, the exact same sculpt as well. Hands, exact same hands, just different color. No pinless joints on this one down here. You got the pins, and same thing here, double jointed. You get a little bit more tanner skin tone on the old one, a little bit more light skin tone on this one. So there is enough differences. I don't know if it's enough differences for everybody to be dangerous. I could definitely see some people passing on this. Maybe you don't like cell shading. Maybe you feel you don't need these again. And that's the beauty. You can pass. You can vote with your wallet, as we always say here on the channel. But for me, I'm going to set up an X-Men animated series shelf in my display. Obviously, that's where Jubilee is going to go. That's where Wolverine, Cyclops, Jean Grey, all of them, Mr. Sinister, all the ones to come over the next 6 months or so, whenever they release. You never know with the COVID time frame when things are going to come out. She does fit on a ringside stand. Yes, she does. She fits perfectly on a ringside stand. Going to move her around some. But very, very interesting. And Jubilee had a big part of the X-Men animated series, as we all know. You know, she was a New Mutant at the time, going under Wolverine's wings. Just a really good story arc for her. And that's really my first remembrance of Jubilee, was back in the animated series. And maybe you were in the same boat as I was. But very, very interesting figures here. A very smart, strategic way to go back to the market, get the most out of your molds, get some reuse, with a few new bells and whistles to make it feel almost all new. That's what it is. At the end of the day, we have to always remember, put the business hat on. It is a business. That's why they're going to do stuff like this. And like I said, I'm okay with this because there's enough difference. I can make them feel like different figures with some accessory changes. You get the VHS tape packaging. I do like that a whole lot. I like this, and I'm here for the rest of them. We'll see. I think some are going to be better than others, and we'll find out here at the table when we get those in the door. But while you're here, you might as well subscribe to the channel, like this video, turn on the old notification bell, follow along on Patreon for this video and a lot of other videos much, much earlier. And of course, you can hit me up on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for the X-Men animated series Jubilee, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.